All right, so this is the Jeep that I got. I got the 2024 Wrangler 4-door Sport with the three-piece hardtop and the two back windows tinted. So I guess the MSRP was $46,045. I want to kind of give you guys an example of the current market, and then of course I put $400 down. So it says, you know, the lease should be about $476. Now, what it doesn't show you is that on here, the estimate is this does not include, you know, taxes or fees. So, so of course, wherever you live, you know, you've got taxes and fees that are going to increase this. So you're looking at minimum, you know, $500 a month. How I was able to get my lease down to $347 was essentially I reached out to my local Jeep and I asked them for their best out the door lease deal on an ultra low mileage lease. Then I reached out to another Jeep store and I did the same thing. And then I reached back to the original one and I said, hey, you know, they're willing to do X. Are you willing to beat it? They were, and then it went back to the original, and then they were able to beat it. So essentially we went back and forth a few times until I got where I wanted to be. So basically with a lease in 36 months, essentially every $1,000 is 27 bucks. So every $1,000 is 27. So essentially, you know, how much of a discount do you have to get to where you want to be? So, you know, if you get a $3,000 discount, that takes you down to, you know, $382. But again, that's not including taxes or fees. I got down to $347, including taxes or fees. For me, I think it was like a $5,000 discount plus the rebates. Yeah, because 4,000 is 351. So on this next slide, I'll show you guys the actual worksheets from the dealership, what I actually paid. So essentially, I did an ultra low mileage lease, 36 months, and the residuals 35,000. I believe it's 78% is the residual. If I remember correctly, the money factor, if you've done a lease before, the money factor is not great. It's like 329, which is like 7.5%. So not a great money factor. So of course, if you were buying, you know, last year when interest rates were better, you may have got a better lease. But for today's market in May of 2024, this is an excellent lease deal. There's always a better deal out there and there's always a worse deal. But of course you just kind of want to do your research and negotiate, you know, because depending on which model you pick or what car, there's always going to be, you know, rebates and incentives or something special someone's willing to do to get to where you want to be. For me, I didn't want to put any money down other than the first payment. I've done lots of leases in the past. So I don't want to put any money down, and I also wanted to get a payment at or below. I really wanted to be at 300, but to get to 300, I would have had to get them another 2,000 off, and it kind of got to a point where there was no more wiggle, and I was super happy. I was super happy with the 347. I felt like it was a really great deal, a fair deal. Like I said, let me know what you think and how much you're paying. Alrighty, so what I'm paying for my 2024 Wrangler Unlimited and how I got there. So this is an ultra low mileage lease. For someone who doesn't drive a lot like me, this is a good option. So I've got the 2024 Wrangler Unlimited, and it shows amount due at delivery or signing, and that's going to be not actually how much I put down, but that's going to be rebates and cash. So if I scroll down a little bit, right here, it shows there's $3,000 in rebates and then $400 in cash. So I paid $400 down essentially, and then the rest was rebates. So I had a total that I put into it was $3,400, and my monthly payment on here is $347. So the MSRP for this car was $46,000. What we ended up with the out the door, let me scroll down. So the agreed upon value was $40,000, and then once you add in all of the rebates and everything, what I actually agreed upon was $39,100. So that ends up being about a $7,000 discount off of the car with the rebates and everything like that, which is a pretty good discount. And then so essentially I'll pay $347, and then of course if I wanted to keep it for the residual, it would be $35,000. Since it's such a low mileage lease, it's not going to depreciate as much. I'm not planning on keeping this Jeep. I just wanted a weekend fun car.